As promised, right now we are joined by the head football coach at Georgia Tech. He is in his first full season at his alma mater after serving as the interim head coach last season for 8 games. He previously served as the offensive line coach at Alabama from 2016 to 2018. He won a natty in 2017. Georgia Tech is coming off that incredible upset victory over number 17, Miami. They scored the game-winning touchdown in that game with only 1 second left. We are joined right now via Zoom by head coach Brent Key. Brent, it is great to have you on. How you doing today?
Hey, what's going on, man? Great to be on.
It's great to have you on. So take me back. In fact, let me ask you this. Like, you've coached at the highest levels. You've got your natty from Alabama back in 2017. Have you ever been a part of anything quite like what went down Saturday in Coral Gables?
No, just the circumstances of everything, and just having kids on our team play that hard at the end of the game when as the narrative's out there that the game's over, it should have been over, it's done, but they didn't have to go out there and make the decision to play that hard and play that way, and get the fumble recovery and then go 75 yards in 20 seconds.
Hey, Brent, I'm so glad you started off with that because I was going to ask you about that. Can you kind of take me through that part of it? Like, the whole world thinks the game is over. The whole world thinks they're going to knee it out, turn and hand the ball to the ref, walk off the field, but that's not what happened. I'm curious, how do you coach that? How do you drill that? Do you guys drill that? And how did you prepare for that? Because when they did knee it out, your guys were ready and pounced.
Yeah, it's something we do. We don't just talk about it. We practice it. We drill it. Even up until the walkthrough the day of the game, we were going over our last calls, last plays, got to have it, defensive on the defensive side of the ball, got to get a stop, got to get a fumble, our turnover there. Then offensively, the hardest of the hard situations. And, I'm not so sure we ever practiced 75 yards in 20 seconds with no timeout. So.
That is the truth. I'm going to get there in a minute. I'm curious. So you drill it for a reason. Like, it could happen. It's unlikely, but it could happen. But when it actually did start to happen, what ran through your mind when you saw them run that play?
Yeah, well, I said, I told somebody, I think still a line from the movie Old School, Will Ferrell. I think I blacked out on those last couple of plays. So it was, just to see the ball in the air on the last play. First off, the big throw he threw from right hash to the left sideline to Malik Rutherford, and Malik goes up over the defender, makes the play. Fault momentum carries him forward. We get up to the ball, we spike it. To stop the clock. Second down now. 10 seconds or whatnot. We're really playing for that last play to get in field goal range to work to tie the game up. And we get flushed out of the pocket. Haynes gets flushed out of the pocket, and we go into scramble mode. And by then now, all right, so there's no 2 plays left. It's there's no getting out of bounds. It's boom or bust. So when I saw Christian then kind of get behind the defenders, he executed the scramble rules perfectly, and the deepest stays the deepest, and Haynes was able to deliver the ball to him.
Brent Key, my guest. Brent, for those who don't understand or those who don't know exactly what we're talking about your offense getting the ball back with 26 seconds left. You're on your own 26. You have no timeouts left, and you work your way down the field. Let me ask you this. There's been so much made of the fact that Miami did not knee out and finish that game. Do you think that's getting too much attention, and your guys are not getting enough attention for the way they went down the field with no timeouts and they ripped that win?
Yeah, you're dang right I do. Our team is the one that chose to go out and play at 100% on those last plays. Right? They could have very easily chosen to do what most people in the world would have done, and thrown in the towel and not played. But that was something we challenged them all week. It's been a little bit of an Achilles heel for us. In the first part of the season was putting a full game together, and we challenged them to play a full game and play for 60 minutes and to play to a standard that was independent of any clock or scoreboard. And they went out and did it, and they made that decision to do that on those last plays, and it worked out for them.
That's incredible, Brent. Like, that was an Achilles heel. That's been the one rap against us, that we have now played a complete game, and then that happens. I think that's amazing. So what's a win like that on the road, in a hostile environment, at night, over a ranked team? What's that do for your squad and for the program overall?
Well, it really gets them to believe even more in what we're coaching them, what we're telling them. The mindset that we're giving these guys is the right thing. It's the right way to approach every game, regardless of your opponent, regardless of circumstances within the game. Now we have a bye week this week, so it's good momentum in the bye week going in. For these guys, we had a good practice today, full pads, full contact. Really working to build this thing the right way, and then we'll head out on the road and recruit, and gives us good things to talk about. But I had I think a Hawaiian pizza last night for dinner, but I'm still hungry today. So what you did yesterday has no bearing on what you're going to do today.
So glad you brought that up. I was going to say, I know for a fact you like to use food as an analogy to make your point with your guys, and you just kind of touched on that. But, what do you say to your guys, and how do you use food to get your point across?
I don't know one football player, myself included, or football coach, that doesn't like food. So when you can really put those things together and have them think of it in those terms, and what they had to eat, they're still hungry today. Well, the hunger you have to have in football day in and day out, every time you have a chance to compete, it's got to be the same. You can't be dependent upon yesterday for what you have to do today.
Hey, Brent, people are funny about pizza. I see you working. I get it. In fact, back when I was in college, that was my go-to, Canadian bacon and pineapple. For some reason, pineapple on pizza is a reason for some folks to go. They don't get it. Can you explain that? I get it. I do it, not as much as I used to, but I know exactly where you were going with that. But not everybody understands that. Why is that okay?
I don't think everybody understands. Yeah, I don't think everybody understands me either. I don't really care what other people think about me or what I eat on my pizza. So, but also it's Canadian. It's Canadian bacon. It's the pineapple, but also it's the jalapenos that I put on there, so you get the sweet and the spicy. And actually the key, game changer now. You put a little Old Bay on top of that. Now it's a game changer.
All right, so good point also. The hell do you care what I put on my pizza anyway? That's to me the biggest takeaway of all. What do you care? What do you care? But people do. You talked about the bye week. Before I let you go, the bye week is really critical, right? I'm sure you're watching closely to see how your guys are responding and working and acting after a win like that. What's this week been like for them?
Yeah, we told them on Monday that when we went out to practice Tuesday, which was yesterday, that it was the most important practice of the year. Then today was the most important practice of the year. And tomorrow the same. Once Thursday's practice is over, we'll give them the opportunity to relax and mentally recharge, physically recharge. All right, but until that time comes, it's about work. It's about staying hungry. It's about keeping the competitive discipline that we have right now as a team. And look, everybody's going to kiss the crack of their butts up and down the street. I told them after practice, I said, people are kissing the crack of your butts up and down Peachtree all day long right now. But where were those people 2 weeks ago? And what were they saying then? So are you going to let a compliment? Are you going to let something that someone says to you, whether good or bad, change who you are as a young man? No, you're not. It doesn't change who you are. Don't change the way you go about driving your car, doing your schoolwork, waking up in the morning, going to sleep at night. So, we can't allow those external distractions to get in our head and affect us one way or the other.
Preach. I love it. I love what I'm hearing. All right, so maybe they get a little bit of time off. I know you got to walk that line between you want guys to get some rest and recovery, but you don't want them to lose conditioning. In the meantime, I know the coaching staff's working it. I would imagine you've begun your work on Boston College. As you start to break tape on BC, is there anything that jumps off the film about them?
Yeah, I mean, look, they've been a well-coached team for years now under Jeff, and they've had some ups and downs in their season as well. There's the old saying, if it's about us, it's about what we do. It really is. It's about how we prepare this week. It's about how we, rest and recover over the weekend. The quarterback, he's done a heck of a job for them as far as being able to move them offensively. And they've caught a spark with him, the way he can run the ball as well and use his feet to not just get out of trouble, but design quarterback runs. So, there's someone we'll have to make sure we're well prepared for, but also well rested for and come back with the right frame of mind on Sunday.
I like what I'm hearing. The Yellow Jackets 3-3 overall, 2-1 in ACC play. They're on their bye week. They're coming off that huge win over Miami. Boston College is coming up next. Their head coach, Brent Key, making some time for us. Brent, really good to have you on the show. Really appreciate that conversation especially. Have a great week. Good luck this weekend. Next weekend.
Appreciate you. Go Jackets. And been a long-time fan, man. So I'm really excited to come on today.
Means the world to me, Brent. Appreciate you. It was great. It was a great conversation. Great to talk to you. Brent Key joining us. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell to be the first to know when we do upload a new video.